Hey guys, welcome to Karen Normal. My name is Kara Thusen, and I combine my love of snacks and ghost attacks. So if you're new here, why don't you go ahead and click that red subscribe button, and while you're down there, why don't you just go ahead and click the thumbs up button for me. Anyways, this month we are doing hometown legends. So if there's a legend from the town that you grew up in and you would like to hear it on here, I would love to hear from you. My contacts are down in the description box. But with that said, I gotta run an errand real quick, so if you guys could just wait here 1 second. Bet you didn't know I was magic. Like I said, we're doing urban legends from your hometowns, and we will be starting off with Georgia today. And at the end of the episode, we're gonna be making some pumpkin spice dump cake. It's a lot better than it sounds, trust me. Anyways, Georgia, Lake Lanier is where we're going to begin. So in Georgia, about 45 minutes outside of Atlanta, is this beautiful reservoir. It draws millions of tourists each year. There's boating, there's water sports, there's swimming. It's a lot of fun. Well, it was constructed in the 1950s. And when it was constructed, they decided to just have the water come in over an existing town. So underneath the water lies a racetrack, some churches, some homes, and a couple cemeteries. Have we not learned anything from Poltergeist? Don't do stuff over cemeteries, just don't do it. So since it's been constructed in the 50s, there have been over 500 deaths, boat-related, drownings, you name it. In 2011, there was 17 deaths alone. And just this year, in 2021, there's already been 6. So, will I be going there anytime soon to vacation? Probably not. And no, I'm not ready to die yet. Anyway, legend has it that because they built this lake over an existing town and cemeteries, that the spirits of those people are causing these boat accidents, causing these drownings. There's been reports of people seeing feeling floating legs and arms, but when they go to look for it, it's gone. So, if I were you, I would stay clear of this Lake Lanier. What are your thoughts? Do you believe that it's cursed? Do you believe it's cursed because they built over a cemetery? Or do you believe it's just a coincidence? It is known as the deadliest lake in the US. So, you tell me. Our next story brings us to Connecticut, and we'll call this Wicked Witch of Monroe. So Hannah Cranna was known as the town's witch, and this was in the early 19th century, I believe. So how did she get that reputation? Well, people believe that she would cast spells on others that she didn't like. That sounds pretty awesome to me. And the thing that sealed the deal for her, and people believing that she's a witch, was her husband was a captain, and one night he went out for a walk. Well, he happened to walk off a cliff. So the townspeople believed that she bewitched him, and he fell to his death because of her. So she lived to the age of 77, and right before she passed, she said that she wanted her coffin to be carried. She lived up on hill. She wanted her coffin to be carried down to the cemetery, not by wagon. They didn't listen, and they put her on the wagon, and her coffin kept sliding off. So they had to keep picking it up, putting it back on, slide off. So then they were forced to carry her by hand down to the cemetery. By the time they got back up to her home, it was engulfed in flames, further leading to belief that she was a witch. Now, I think it's kind of cool that she asked them to carry her by hand, like making it more difficult for them. When I die, I told my family that I want to be cremated and I want my ashes spread in North Korea, just because I feel like it's impossible. And this is after the 3-day parade that they have after my death. A 3-day of mourning parade, so you gotta be sad. But yeah, I think it's pretty funny that she asked to be carried by hand. Anyways, what do you think? You can visit her grave to this day. If you look up Hannah Cranna, the Witch of Monroe, there's multiple paranormal experiences that people have had at her gravesite. So I would encourage you to look that up. Our next story brings us to Indiana. And this is called the 100 Step Cemetery. And it's located in the town of Brazil, I believe. So legend has it that if you find yourself in the cemetery at midnight, you are supposed to climb the steps, and each step you're supposed to count. And it's 100 steps, I believe, hence the name. And when you get to 100 at the top, a ghost of an undertaker appears and shows you a vision of your death. And then you walk back down, and if you have the same amount of steps that you've counted, say 100, then the vision was false. There have been reports of people who try to avoid counting the steps or avoid the steps and are shoved or pushed by an unseen force. So if you find yourself in a cemetery in the town of Brazil in Indiana, let me know if it's true. Now let's get to the pumpkin spice dump cake. So what did you guys think of today's legends? Do you think they're real? Do you think it's false? Let me know. If you want to hear a hometown legend from where you're from, please submit that to me. My contacts are down in the description box. And if you're not subscribed yet, I would encourage you to please subscribe. And we're going to be continuing hometown legends throughout the month of September. And so I'll be doing different looks as well. And if there's this look that you want to see on here, let me know. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week. Bye.